Is Jerry on?
His face is there, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Madam Clerk? You're up.
You're up there.
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6, that's set. Notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board.
Right.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Can everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the proclamations and presentations this week, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular town and executive meeting of September 20th, 2022. Your motion. Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay, with that, we'll move right to the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. The city will be hosting our annual pumpkin carving contest. The submission deadline is October 28th, and the details to enter will be on all of our social media platforms. The Recreation Department's holiday senior trip for December 16th, Playhouse Christmas, I'm happy to say has sold out. If anybody would like to be on a waiting list, they can contact the Recreation Department to be placed on that list. The city's Recreation Department will be hosting our annual Children's Halloween Party. That'll take place on October 22nd. And last but not least, any details for all of our events and notices can be found at hackensack.org under the event calendar. That's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, moving on, new business, resolution 404-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 42-2022, an ordinance establishing Chapter 24A of the Code of the City of Hackensack Information Technology Department. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public, please?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public who'd like to speak to ordinance 42-2022, please come forward. Seeing no one from the public, motion to close.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 42-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Reading resolution 405-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 43-2022, an ordinance amending Chapter 170 of the City Code and establishing commercial vehicle parking areas on the west side of Green Street immediately north and south of the intersection of Lobeck Street. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public who'd like to speak to ordinance 43-2022, please come forward. Seeing no members from the public, motion to close.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and the State of New Jersey that ordinance number 43-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 406-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 44-2022, an ordinance establishing a green team for the City of Hackensack for Sustainable Jersey certification. This ordinance has been advertised pursuant to law and now calls for a public hearing.
Need a motion to open to the public, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public who'd like to speak to ordinance 44-2022, please come forward.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, I'm Janet Wickham. I'm a member of the Environmental Commission, and I'm very happy and excited to see this ordinance just about ready to be voted on, and hoping it will be. I just want to quickly say that this is an amazing door opening up to the City of Hackensack for a lot of wonderful money and grants to help us sustain Hackensack. And I want to give two really quick examples of how it's being used by our neighbors. PSE&G provides a lot of money, and Maywood applied for and got a $10,000 grant from PSE&G to study the use of solar panels efficiency on their city properties. So they are doing that study, and most likely they'll come up with the idea that, yeah, we could save some money by, so that's what Maywood just got a grant for this year. And New Milford got $20,000 from PSE&G to do their environmental review for decide on the the open space and Hackensack actually hasn't done one since 1979.
Wow.
And there are several other counties that have done that. And so there's money out there for that too. And there are lots of other things, but what we really need is volunteers to be on the green team. And I think what's really important, if anybody has in their heart wants to get solar panels on the City of Hackensack buildings, come forward, sign up, lead the way, and I think Hackensack will benefit a great deal from this formation of a green team.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We're excited about it too.
Yep. Big step forward. Thank you. Okay, so the next resolution is 407-20. Oh, I'm sorry. Motion to close to the public. Anybody else in the public want to speak to this? I'm sorry. Seeing none, motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Third. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Can I get
Or
a motion?
resolution, motion to adopt the ordinance, please.
Offer.
Third. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack, County of Bergen, and State of New Jersey, that ordinance number 44-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 407-22.
This is a resolution for introduction of ordinance number 45-2022, an ordinance amending Chapter 93, Section 7 of the Code of the City of Hackensack, collection regulations with respect to the collection and disposal of large items of solid waste.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Third. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 45-2022 is introduced is now passed on first reading. And that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on October 18th, 2022 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place, all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 408-22.
This This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 46-2022, an ordinance to amend chapter 170 of the Code of the City of Hackensack, Vehicles and Traffic, to remove handicap parking space in section 49.2, parking for the handicapped on 22 Broadway.
Need a motion to introduce, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 46-2022 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on October 18th, 2022 at 8:00 p.m. or soon thereafter, as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 409-22.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 47-2022, an ordinance to amend chapter 138 of the Code of the City of Hackensack Sales Special to regulate estate, garage, rummage, and yard sales.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 47-2022 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on October 18th, 2022 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Need a motion, please.
Offer. No.
No, that's, yeah, sorry. Resolution 410-22.
This is a resolution
I'm
for
moving a
the,
little too fast, I'm sorry.
I wish we could go that fast. Introduction of ordinance number 48-2022, an ordinance to amend chapter 17 of the Code of the City of Hackensack, Personnel Policy and Procedures regarding retirement and death benefits for city officers and employees.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 48-2022 is introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on October 18th, 2022 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Thank you. Resolution 411-22.
This is a resolution consenting to assignment and transfer of redevelopment rights to new ownership of Anderson Street Station Urban Renewal LLC as the designated redeveloper of Block 419, lots 18, 22, 26, and 27 within the Anderson Street redevelopment area, and authorizing amendment of project schedule to the redevelopment agreement.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 412-22.
This is a resolution consenting to assignment of financial agreement to new ownership of Anderson Street Station Urban Renewal LLC.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 413-22.
A resolution authorizing tax refunds for county and state board adjustments.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino. Aye. Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 414-22.
A resolution authorizing tax appeal attorney to settle the cases on the attached list dated September 21st, 2022 that were scheduled for trial or settlement.
Need a motion, please.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 415-22.
A resolution authorizing the appointment of judge for the Hackensack Municipal Court.
Need a motion?
Over.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 416-22.
It's a resolution authorizing the tax appeal settlement of Bloomingdale's Inc. versus City of Hackensack.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 417-23.
This is a resolution authorizing the amending of the award of a co-op contract for the purchase of 9 police vehicles to reflect price increase.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 418-22.
A resolution authorizing the awarding of co-op contracts for the purchase of smart parking meters and pay station.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 419-22.
A resolution authorizing a refund of unallocated cash in the amount of $820.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 420-22.
It's a resolution authorizing the award of state contracts for City Hall surveillance system.
Need a motion, please?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 421-22.
A resolution awarding change order number 3, which is the final to JC Contracting for traffic signal improvements at Main and Mercer Streets.
Need a motion?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Resolution 422-22.
A resolution authorizing payment of bills.
Need a motion to pay the bills?
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. I'm sorry, I abstained on that. Right? I think there was a $200 bill in there from my employer.
Okay.
Before we move on with the consent agenda, does anybody have any conflicts, any issues? In the council, Jerry, you have any, gotta come out?
No, Mayor.
No? Well, let's move forward with the consent agenda.
The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. The consent agenda consists of Resolution 423-22 through 429-22. Resolution 423-22, resolution authorizing the City of Hackensack to apply for the Certified Fire Department Program. Resolution 424-22 is a resolution rescinding resolution number 209-22, awarding contract for alterations and renovations to 216 Union Street for Building, Housing, and Land Use Department. Resolution 425-22 is a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of loan agreements to be executed by the City of Hackensack and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and each of the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank and the State of New Jersey, acting by and through the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, and further authorizing the execution and delivery of an escrow agreement, all pursuant to the state fiscal year 2023 New Jersey Water Bank Environmental Infrastructure Financing Program. Resolution 426-22 is a resolution providing for the combination of certain issues of sewer utilities bonds, Series 2022 of the City of Hackensack and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, into an issue of bonds aggregating not to exceed $8 million in principal amount. Resolution 427-22 is a resolution determining the form and other details of not exceeding $8 million sewer utility bonds, Series 2022 of the City of Hackensack and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and providing for their sale to the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank in the State of New Jersey pursuant to the state fiscal year 2023 New Jersey Water Bank Environmental Infrastructure Financing Program. Resolution 428-22 is a resolution authorizing release of escrow for 25 Zabriskie Street, and Resolution 429-22 is a resolution authorizing the submission of an application to the New Jersey Department of Transportation Alternatives Set Aside Fiscal Year 23 Grants Program.
Thank you. We need a motion to adopt the consent agenda as it was just read.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Okay. Sounds like that's pretty good. Those last few resolutions were pretty long now.
Yeah, I have no idea what I just read.
Back-to-back transportation's got you.
I don't know what I just read.
So, thank you for that. Need a motion for public.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Anybody from the public who'd like to get up and speak, please come forward and give your name to the clerk. You will have 3 minutes. Come on up, sir.
Hey, how's it going? Good. My name is Thomas Gius, Lemon Tree. Is this broadcasted on YouTube by chance?
Yes.
Be able to just, it is?
Yep.
Sweet. Does the city have like a channel?
Yes.
Not a channel, but every council.
Yes,
meeting
yes, we
It is a
do. Yeah,
channel?
yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry,
Hackensack's,
it is a
yeah.
channel.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else in the public have anything to say? With that, a motion to close to the public.
Offer.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. All right, Steph?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. I just wanted to start off by recognizing adoption of the ordinance for our green team and the renaming of our environmental commission. I know our environmental commission has been hard at work for this for quite a while. And I know Ms. Wicca said she needs volunteers, but I don't think that will be any issue because you guys have a very passionate group that have been working hard, and they established a community garden, and we support many of their initiatives. So congratulations on that, and look forward to working with you guys because it's a big undertaking, but I know you can do it. So, and then the second thing I want to speak about, just it'll be a little bit of a lengthy discussion, but it's just been something that's been bothering me for quite a while, and it's actually scaring me, and that's that's associated with fentanyl and the overdoses, and I just feel like no one has really been talking about that a lot. And I'm just gonna give you some statistics that have been pretty scary to read. In 2020, drug overdose deaths in the U.S. topped 100,000 for the first year ever, and jumped another 15% in 2021, which is a 44% jump from before the COVID pandemic. White teenagers and young adults ages 13 to 34 had the highest rate of overdose deaths in 2018, but between 2018 and 2021, rates increased faster among other racial and ethnic groups. In 2021, overdose rates of Black men aged 35 to 64 were higher than any other group, and deaths involving fentanyl nearly tripled for this group from 2018 to 2021. Synthetic opioids, including fentanyl, were involved in more than 2/3 of overdose deaths in the year ending March 2022, and deaths involving synthetic opioids increased by 80% over the past 2 years. After staying flat for almost a decade, the overdose rate among U.S. adolescents nearly doubled from 2019 to 2020, that's just 1 year. and this group includes 14 to 18-year-olds. However, data indicates that fewer teens are experimenting with drugs overall, but a main factor is that the supply and increase of deadly drugs, which have driven overall overdose deaths to more than 100,000 per year. In 2010, 2.4 per 100,000 adolescents were fatally overdosed, and in the first 6 months of 2021, 5.49 per 100,000 adolescents fatally overdosed, which is more than doubled. And the bottom line is, according to the data, drug use is becoming more dangerous, not more common. So especially adolescents, their drug use is down, but unfortunately, when they're experimenting with it because of fentanyl, the likelihood that they die from an overdose has increased substantially. The reason why I'm speaking of this now is because we are coming up on Halloween. If you have watched news lately, you would see that a significant amount of fentanyl is coming into the country packaged as candy, Skittles, Nerds, and that's concerning. That should concern all of us, especially when we have young kids trick-or-treating. It's close to home, and it's here on August 18th. 3 men were charged with possession with intent to distribute 3 kilos of fentanyl, which is enough to kill 1.5 million users, right in Teaneck. And which is more concerning to me, and this is just my personal opinion, was that they were arrested and released right away. These deaths come in many shapes and forms. The drug dealers, cartels, and fentanyl itself doesn't discriminate. It does not matter if you're young, old, straight, trans, black, white, fentanyl will kill you. Whether you have battled addiction for most of your life, whether you tried drugs for the first time at a high school party, whether you are a mom who suffers from chronic back pain, or whether you're a toddler who touched something that looked like hand in the floor, fentanyl will kill you. And again, I just have not heard a lot of discussion around it. When I was young, we had a program called DARE, where it was hammered into us about say no to drugs, they will kill you, you'll become addicted, and it constantly, in school, at home, that's what we talked about. And I don't feel like that's being done with our youth now. I talk to my children at home, I ask them how you spoke about it in school. Do you guys, do you even know what fentanyl is, what it looks like? And they're not knowledgeable at all. And I have a 12-year-old in the middle school, and it just scares me. So I have to talk to them about it. And I think as parents, as grandparents, as cousins and uncles and aunts, we have an obligation to talk to them about it, to make sure that they know never to take a pill that, they don't know where it came from, not from anyone but mom or dad. Don't try something at a party, because that could be it. You could die, instantly. And I scare my kids. I know that's not always a great tactic, but I do scare them and tell them that, try it once and I'll never see you again. So it just depends how you want to speak to, your loved ones about it, but I think we have to have a discussion, because like I said, I don't think it's happening enough. That's it. Have a good night. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Seth, and thanks for supplying those statistics. They are grim, and it is a serious topic, and, it's more unfortunate. We see these things, go back to years. Remember when it was razor blades and apples, right, on Halloween, or pins and stuff in needles, or pins stuck in chocolate bars. I mean, it just seems that there's so many strange things that happen, or seem to be focused, around Halloween, when it should be fun for our children. So I think, and not just speaking to our children, but I also say, we need to remind and speak to the adults too, to warn their children, and don't put anything in your mouth until you bring it home, and mom and dad at least go through your satchel full of goodies. And I know that's hard, because, they're walking around and everybody's popping a lollipop or something in their mouth. But I think we have to be aware to speak to our children, and also to spread the word amongst parents that any precautions we can take, you can't say enough about it. So thanks for bringing that to light, Steph, definitely. I always like to pick some of the highlights and go over them at the end, especially as they apply to certain things that I'm involved with. Really not too much on tonight about redevelopment. There was something on here about the Anderson Street property. That's that Rudy's configuration, where it was Rudy's and the old building department of the city, and a couple other small properties. The only thing on here tonight is they have a new owner, so the property was just transferred ownership, and they come up with a new schedule, and let's hope they keep to it. We all know every good schedule is meant to be broken, but the current schedule there is for completion of August of 2024. So that should be a nice project that will bring a lot of light to Anderson Street. So we're glad to hear that someone took over the ownership, and we will keep a close eye on it. And also, with respect to Anderson Street, on here tonight was a resolution to pursue another grant application for the Anderson Street, the business area on Anderson Street. So they've already received some nice grant money where they're doing some streetscape projects, and now this is another one where they're petitioning or applying to obtain more grant money to do more improvements there. So, our focus, we've done a lot of work on Main Street, and now it looks like we're also trying to support the business district on Anderson Street as well, especially with some of these grant applications. A couple of interesting things on tonight. Anyone, that's living in the Lower Green Street area, those couple of small parking lots that are really underutilized as parking lots, there's no need. One of the things we adopted tonight was they will now be available for rental for commercial vehicles. And this is, great news for some small business owners that, they need to park a vehicle somewhere, and now, in that particular area, they will be able to do that. So I think that was another very positive thing tonight. Of course, the green team, we're very excited about that as well. And I think kudos to the environmental committee. I think you've done so much to prove yourselves to the city and to the residents here that the city feels very, very comfortable investing more and hoping that you folks, are able to gather the support you need. You mentioned you may be looking for members. You let us know if you need us to keep calling it out at meetings, or you want us to put something on the website, because that seems to be, the best way, or out on our social media for the city. People will see it and they might say, hey, this is something I could be interested in, or, it's relative to something I need to do. So, keep us informed and we'll help you get the word out. And again, congratulations, and we wish you all the best of luck. And whatever you need from the city, we're behind you 100%. Columbus Day is coming. Unico has their usual Columbus Day celebration. This Saturday, right?
Saturday,
This
10
Saturday,
o'clock,
10
Columbus
o'clock
Park.
in Columbus Park. So anyone who would like to join them, they do a nice job of celebrating Columbus Day. Thanks to all who came out, or those that watched it, or will watch it in video, and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Dale?
The police department doing an excellent job in Main Street, and they're controlling the circulation with the bikes and the scooters, the sidewalk. So we're going to put more signs, and the police presence going to be important to try to correct the problem that we've been having for years in Main Street. Thank you to the city manager to install that project. The other problem that I see is that all over the city, you can see you got cable hanging there from the post. Sometimes they're attached to a tree, to a stop sign. And you guys see something like that, call the city manager. The city manager is gonna be in communication with the board of utilities. That's the only way that maybe we can get all these utility companies to do their job. In my opinion, it's not that I don't like Redevelopment, but I think that it's time to look this agreement that we got lately. In the beginning, it was okay, the 30-year pilots and the 10%. I think we should be go down to 10-year or 15-year pilots, and the revenue should be between 15 and 20%. Let's get more money for the city. And the Hackensack River was into the super fund just to get more money, and the way the USAM engineer can dredge the river, make it deeper, the way they can alleviate the problem that we got, not only in Hackensack, but at Monarchis or Hackensack, the ferry. So that was a good thing that happened. That's all for now. Thank you, guys.
Jerry?
Yes, I wish everyone well. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, Jared. I do want to thank the Environmental Commission and the Green Team, and looking forward to this next chapter, next adventure we're going on. I'm proud of what Hackensack has done, Environmental Commission, and the gardens and the green work we've done. A lot of it is insane. A lot of it is underground, and probably had the biggest impact on the environment of anything. Is the sewer work, sewer separation is being done. We were having 70 to 80 overflows a year of raw sewage into the Hackensack River yearly, when we were allowed 4. We were also forced to, we really had a choice, is to separate the sewers. We were one of 3 communities in Berkeley County that had combined sewers where the raw sewage mixes with your stormwater. All that water and sewage goes to the Berkeley County Utilities Authority, Well, you pay for it to be clean, filtered, and whatever they do with it. That stormwater should never be going to the BCUA, so you're paying all that extra money to treat stormwater. Stormwater should be going into the Hackensack River, where it belongs, so it should be going to the BCUA where it belongs. So this in the long term is going to save, and I'm saying long term, 20, 30 years, millions and millions of dollars of just not, once this water is separated, sewage from stormwater, the savings will be tremendous, millions of dollars over the years for not treating the stormwater. But the environmental impact will be so great once we get down, those numbers down into single digits from 70 to 80 overflows a year. And that'll all coincide with while the super funding is going on, because that project's gonna take a long, long time to clean the river up. It needs to be done. I look forward to the day, and I don't know if it'll be in our lifetime, anybody in this room, but there's gonna come a day when the Hackensack River is clean again, right? And I remember even as a child, crabbing in the Hackensack River wasn't too bad. Really wasn't that bad. So we used to steal an occasional swim in there too, because they were 20 feet deep in the pit.
Did you eat the crabs?
No.
That's why you're here to talk about it.
But they did try to eat me, so I was a little kid, but it was good. So we thank the commission for what you're doing, and I want to thank this council for pushing forward and staying steadfast to making sure this combined sewer system is separated, and we're moving forward with it. There was a presentation tonight by Ryan on the Clay Street Sewer Project, which to me is one of the most important ones, because that one not only is going to, that's mostly stormwater, right? There is some minor combined sewer stuff going on there, but it's almost all stormwater. But that project, once done, should alleviate almost all the flooding in that Railroad Avenue area, Stanley Place, all the way down to Clay, because that water will now be able to get under the tracks and get down to the river to an outflow. So that will be a great thing, and those people will get some relief, because last year they had 3 major floods. When I'm telling you, you know, I don't know, if you've got water in your basement, usually you get a few inches. These people had 5, 6, 7 feet of water in their basements. They lost everything, right? 3 times. So I can understand their frustration and their, you know, them wanting to get this done. That said, Stephanie, I couldn't agree with you. Fentanyl has been, you know, on my mind for a while now. It's, the numbers are staggering. Over 30,000 deaths last year attributed to fentanyl, all right? That's the first, you know, it's relatively a new drug. 30,000. This stuff's coming across the southern border at will. We have no way to control it. You know, they have to start, I don't know how they do it, but something's got to be done, because this stuff, you know, like you said, they're advertising it now. They're actually rainbow sweethearts that are out there that could end up in your kids' or your grandkids' Halloween candy. I mean, think about that. You send your kid out to have a good time trick-or-treating, and he comes home, he pops a piece of candy, and next thing you know, he's in emergency room on life support because of fentanyl. This stuff is not to be played with. It's super dangerous, and it's not just, they're putting it in all different types of drugs, whether it's cannabis, whether it's, you name it, they're putting it in it, right? Anything they can do to sell it and get rid of it, they're putting it in things. And it's really, really a bad situation out there. So yeah, I feel bad for drug enforcement agents, because their hands get tied, because how do you stop stuff from coming into this country? Most of it's produced south of the border, or wherever it comes from through south of the border. How do you stop it when it's so easy to get across? Kudos to the Green Team, and Kathy mentioned Columbus Day is this Saturday, 10 o'clock. We welcome everybody from the city to come down. It's a great event. It's their 100th-year anniversary of Unico. Unico's a great organization, so if you can make it, come on down. And with that, I wish everybody a safe trip home tonight, and enjoy your rest of your week. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Tazia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.